Good afternoon to everyone. I am Shriman from class 11 of San Academy Pallikarnai. Today I am going to be talking about the disadvantages of using fossil fuels, a topic that is not only crucial for the environment but also for the future. Fossil fuels such as coal, oil has been empowered by our nations and has been a great use and progress for centuries. However, the disadvantages are now far outweighing the benefits. The first and most pressing issues is the environmental pollution. Burning fossil fuels release huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, which are primary cause of pollutants. They also cause global warming, climate change. This leads to rise in sea levels, extreme weather conditions, and loss of biodiversity. Fossil fuels are non-renewable. They take millions of years to form, but we are using them in an alarming rate. This will not only cause pollution but also lead to no resources for our coming generations. Third, the use of fossil fuels comes with health risks. Air pollution caused by oil and other fossil fuels are major pollutants and cause heart diseases, respiratory problems, and even premature deaths. Thus, millions of people are affected by it without even their knowledge. Lastly, our heavy dependence on oil and other fossil fuels lead to economic and political instability. Oil price fluctuations and dependence of oil imports and exports are taking place wide in the nation. In conclusion, while fossil fuels helped build the current modern world, their disadvantages are too high to ignore. It is our responsibility to shift towards cleaner, greener, and renewable sources of energy, not just for survival but for the well being of the generations to come. Thank you for the
Today
opportunity.
I'm going to talk about the advantages of hydrogen. Hydrogen is shaping up to be one of the most promising fuels of the future. First, it's a clean energy source. When used in fuel cells, hydrogen produces only water vapor with zero carbon emissions. Second, hydrogen is abundant and versatile. It can be produced from water, natural gas, or renewable resources like biomass. Third, it works as a powerful tool for energy storage. Excess solar and wind energy can be stored as hydrogen and released when needed, ensuring a steady power supply. Fourth, hydrogen has a very high density. It carries more energy per kilogram than fossil fuels, making it efficient for transportation and industry. Fifth, it plays a key role in decarbonization. Energy can replace coal, oil, and gas in power plants, steel making, shipping, and aviation, drastically cutting carbon emissions. Sixth, this is a fuel for future mobility. Hydrogen fuel cells can power cars, buses, trains, and even spacecrafts, leading us for a sustainable transport system. And finally, hydrogen promotes energy security since it can be produced locally, it reduces dependence on imported fossil fuels. In short, hydrogen offers a clean, powerful, and sustainable path to meet our growing energy needs while protecting the planet. Thank you.
Fuel source which creates more smoke and no carbon dioxide. This is hydrogen, and hydrogen may very well replace fossil fuels in the near future. Now, hydrogen can be used as an energy source in many ways. Now, one being a hydrogen cell. A hydrogen cell combines hydrogen with oxygen to create electricity, and this electricity is nowadays used in cars, buses, and spacecraft. Now, hydrogen can also be burned directly as a fuel like petrol and diesel and are used in modified engines and rockets. 3. Hydrogen can also be used in power plants, replacing natural gases and producing a high amount of clean energy. 4. Hydrogen can also be used as a power bank, sort of which of how we charge a mobile phone using a power bank, as hydrogen can be used with extra solar or wind power to split water into hydrogen, and hydrogen can be later used to create electricity. Number 5. Nowadays, hydrogen is also used in many mineral facilities such as coal, replacing it inside industries. And hydrogen is also used in spacecraft.
Hi all, my name is Arish. I'm the group leader. So as my friends discussed till now about the various fuels through which we can get energy, they've talked about the disadvantages and advantages of this fuel. So in humanity till now, we have been heavily been dependent on fossil fuels for various energy. Throughout every era, we have used fossil fuels. So even in electricity generation, we have sustainable sources energies like solar, wind, hydroelectricity, etc. There are many more. But in thermal power plants, which is one of the major source of electricity production, we still use large amount of fossil fuels and other hydrocarbons. These fuels produce so much pollution that they harm our environment so much. So why didn't we think about a better source of fuel till now? That's when the first element of the periodic table, hydrogen, comes in. Hydrogen, which is also a combustible gas, it is available more than other hydrocarbons and coal. You can extract hydrogen from seawater and plenty of other sources. So we can use this hydrogen to produce other sources of energy, especially electrical energy, in various forms. One way, which is the model which we have made, is that we can burn hydrogen to produce heat and then convert it to electricity, just as our thermal power plant works. So here an interesting fact is that hydrogen produces 3 times the heat energy produced when burning a fossil fuel. So hydrogen is much more efficient for thermal power plants. You can also use hydrogen for fission, where deuterium, an isotope of hydrogen, which can be collected from hard water, and tritium, which can be collected from titrated water. We can use the deuterium and tritium. If we react both of them, they produce so much energy, which can be also called a fission. Here, but we need so much amount of coolers to control it, as it can go uncontrollable. This is usually done in nuclear power plants, where currently we use uranium and other radioactive elements to do it. But we can also use hydrogen to do such as hard tasks, which can be easily collected and which is more available than uranium. So I would like to conclude here with by giving a message that hydrogen can be a better fuel which can replace the current fuels to make the world a better place. Thank you.